What's a Bucks prop you have your eye on, Kenny?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I was looking at Brook Lopez over 11.5 points. He had a really a bit of a snoozer in game 5, and he is the guy that plays well at home, shoots the ball well, gets a lot of shots for the Milwaukee Bucks. And I do think that they like to have him out there for his size against DeAndre Ayton. You look at game 5, played 30 minutes, and he took 6 shots. He scored 9 points. I do think that that's a guy that could have some sort of cathartic experience in game 6 as they try to close this out. So I will be looking at that. But, Drew Holiday over 19.5 points. You saw in game 5, he finally arrived in this series. And we know that this guy's incredibly talented. We know that he's a great scorer. And he had 27 points. His total still sitting at 19.5. We know that with consistency, this guy can bring it in the scoring department. So I actually really like taking his over in the points as well. And I know that Nick is going to say this, but you could always take his over 8.5 assists as well. I mean, he's been an assist machine in this finals, and you get plus 115.
Nick, do you agree with that? Were you going to say that?
Well, I was thinking about it. We don't have to go into too much depth now, but the floor is so high for Drew Holiday in terms of his passing. I was actually going to take the under, and I think it's 19.5 points for Drew Holiday. I think he kind of comes crashing back down to earth as a shooter. I mean, some of the shots that he was making were just shots that he hasn't hit really the entire postseason. He had those 2 great games at the end of the Hawks series, but I kind of have to throw those out when you kind of look at his game log and try to project, because Giannis wasn't active for those games and he kind of had to do more. He hasn't been afraid to shoot even with Giannis back in the lineup. I mean, he's routinely getting to 20 field goal attempts, which unless he's playing like he was on Saturday night, I'm not sure that's necessarily what you want. So I'm with Kenny. If you want to look towards the Bucks prop, I think Drew Holiday over 8.5 assists is pretty interesting. If you want to combine these 2 teams, you can also get Giannis and Devin Booker to each score at least 35 points in this game. That's at plus 475 on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Not maybe quite as much value as I would like to get out of that, but Booker already has back-to-back 40-point games. We know he's going to go down swinging. And Giannis obviously is very much capable of getting to that 35 number. He would have gotten there on Saturday had he not clanked those 4 free throws at the end of the game.